Hello, welcome back. In this lecture, we create login system to allow users to log in. So first of all, we need to insert the user into our database so we can create the login system. So go to your phpMyAdmin and click on the Tutti database. Then go to the users table and click on the insert tab. And here you need to insert the user. So let's say Isas Gino for the username. And he will be isas.dino@meralesson.com, and password will be password, and it will be MD5 encryption, and this will be isas.dino screen name. And for the profile image and the profile cover we will add later. So let's insert the user. So click on the go button, click on the browse tab. Now we have inserted the user. So let's validate the login form, which is here. So go to your code editor and open up login.php file, which is in our includes folder, and here we need to validate the form. And I recently added the error class to display the form error. And now to create if condition, check if you submit the button. So create if condition here, and here we will say is set $_post and login, which is our login button, which is here, which is our submit button. And we will check for the empty. So and exclamation mark empty function here, and pass the post variable login. And now to get email variable to get the email from our login form. So email equal to $_post email, which is our email input here. Copy and paste for the password to get the password from the field. Paste here also. And now to get if condition to check if user submit the empty form. So you will add exclamation mark empty function, and you need to pass the email variable here, and or again empty function with the exclamation mark, pass password variable here. So when user submit the empty form, we will display the error. So we need to set the error else block, and inside here we need to create error variable. So error equal to double quote, and here will be our error message. So let's type please enter user name and password. And now inside our if condition, we need to check for the special character from our string. So we need to create method to check the special characters from our string. So go to your users class, and below the construct method create new public function, and then will be check input with the capital I, and it will take variable. So let's say var for the variable. So this public scope means this function can be accessed from anywhere. And inside here we to create var again equal to HTML special chars method, which converts HTML into entities. And we need to pass the variable here, copy and paste 2 times, and change this method to trim, which remove the white spaces from the string, and change this to str strip slashes, which will remove the slashes from the string. And then we need to return the var, the variable. Now go to your login.php file, and here you type email equal to get from you, which is our class object, and here will be our check input method, and we need to pass the email. So this will escape the special character from the email string. Copy and paste for the password, and here will be password, and also here password. And now to validate the email, so here we will create if condition exclamation mark filter underscore var function, which filters available to validate. And here we need to validate the email, so we need to pass the email and comma, and here will be our filter name, and we need to type filter name with capital, so filter underscore validate underscore email. So this will check for the email format. So when user submit invalid email, then we will set the error message for email. So here will be our error message again, equal to, let's say, invalid format, else we need to log in the user. Now to display the error message, so scroll down and we need to remove this comment and open and close the PHP block to check if our error variable is set. So if condition again is set, and here will be our error variable. So when our error is set, we will display the error. So echo, we need to copy the error HTML from here and paste inside echo. Now to concatenate the error variable to display the error inside our error div, so add single quote and dot, and here will be our error variable to display the error. And let's test this out. So go to your home page, refresh the page, click on the login button. Now display the error. Please enter username and password. Now go to your login.php file, and inside our else block here we need to log in the user, but first we need to create the login method to log in the user. So go to your users class, and below the check input method create new method again, and this will be login, and here will be our email variable and the password to check from the database. And now to prepare our SQL query to search email and password from the database, so we need to create statement variable equal to this PDO prepare method. So this PDO variable is our MySQL connection, which we set here, and prepare method prepares our SQL query to execute. And inside our prepare method will be our SQL query. So double quote, we need to select user ID from users table, where email column equal to our email placeholder, which we will create to point the email variable, and this prevent SQL injection. So add colon, and here will be our email name placeholder, which we will create, and you to add and password equal to password placeholder. And how to bind the variables, so here we will type statement bind prom, which used to bind the prom parameters, and here will be our user ID placeholder and the user ID variable to bind into this user placeholder. And here will be data type for this string, so PDO colon colon prom underscore str for the string data. Now copy and paste for the password, change this to password, and also here. Now to execute the query, so this method will check the email and the password from the database. And now to create if condition to check if the email and password found in our database, then we'll set the session. So below right here we need to create user variable to get the user ID. So user equal to statement fetch method to return the user data, and we return has object. So type PDO capital PDO colon colon capital fetch underscore obj for object, Now to count the return result, if it return 1, which means it's found the user, so here we will create the count variable equal to statement row count method, which counts the affected row. And now to create if condition to check if user found in our database. So here we will type count greater than 0, which means it found the username. Then we will set the session, so $_ session bracket, and inside the user ID. So to set the user ID, so this will be equal to our user data, user variable, and user ID to set the user ID. And also we to redirect user to home PHP, which you will create to display the session ID. So type header open close parentheses single quote, and here will be capital L location, and here will be home.php to redirect user to home PHP, and we do else. So when it doesn't found the user in our database, then we will return false. Now go to your login.php file. Inside our else block, we need to create if condition. Now to call the login method, so get from you, which is our class object variable, and here we login method, and we need to pass email and the password. So when it returns false, then we need to set the error, so error variable equal to the email or password is incorrect. And also we need to add the MD5 encryption for the password. So go to your user class, and inside our bind variable, here for the password we need to type MD5 open and close parentheses, copy password variable from here, paste inside the MD5 function to generate the MD5 password. And let's test this out. So go to your home page, refresh the page, and let's type invalid email. So let's say ASD8ASD without the domain instruction password. Now to say invalid format, let's type false email. So let's type ad@yahoo.com and password login. Now we have error in our line 20. So go to your user class. In line 20, here should be email placeholder, not user ID, and also the email variable. Let's test this out. So go to your home page, refresh the page. Now again type false email, so AD. Now display the error message here. Now let's add valid email to login. Sas.gino mirror lesson password. So when I click on the login button, it will redirect us to home page, which we need to create. So go to your code editor and create new file in your tutor folder and save as home.php, open and close PHP tag, and we need to include the int file so we can access our databases. And now to simply echo the user session, so $_session, the user ID. Now go to your web browser and click on the login button. Now redirect us to home page, and here's our session user ID. So we successfully created a method to log in. In the next lecture, we'll display the user information in our home PHP, and also we'll create method to log out. So see you in the next lecture.